It's been a game of flow. Akatabi and Johnson had a 6-3 lead at one point. Karai and Steffes came back, scored 6 in a row to lead 9-6. Ak and AJ had a chance to tie it up. They could have tied it up at 9, missed a point opportunity. Now Karai and Steffes ahead 12-8. And soon to be 13-8. Oh, Akatabi and Johnson save it. There it is. Another save, and somebody touched the net.
That's another big unforced error, and Akatabi getting in George Carey's face right now.
Women's division, court 3.
Akatabi gets the yellow card. And a red card. A red card point on Scott Akatabi.
Boy, that's a huge call. That cost Akatabi another point.
Yeah, for what you just told me right to my face.
And that's the game. That's it. 2 red cards on Scott Akatabi, both for points. It's over. You cannot say the F word to the referee.
Well, Akatabi also threatened Jim Leonard there, if I'm hearing correctly, right at the end.
No more red cards now. Look out.
Final score.
So Akatabi all over first referee Jim Leonard. And it's not a pleasant conversation. All right, welcome back, everybody. And one of the most controversial finishes, in all my years of covering volleyball, I've never seen a semifinal or any kind of final end on 2 red cards for points. Akatabi challenged the referee. He got the yellow card. He swore at the referee. He got a red card for a point, and then he admonished him, challenged him to a fight, and swore at him again. And that, the eventual 15th point, Scott Akatabi and Adam Johnson losing to Karch Karai and Kent Steffes. After that, Karai and Steffes advancing into the finals of the winner's bracket. Akatabi going into the water to try to cool off and try to simmer down, and he will be expecting a big fine from the AVP. Okay, we're taking time out. We're coming back. Let's go now, after this, to the Prudential Sports Update with chips. The winner takes all. The loser must remember defeat all winter long. Can Karch Karai, at the peak of his career, prove he is the best of all time? And can 25-year-old Kent Steffes finally get the respect he thinks he deserves? Together, they are here to defend their title. Standing in their way, however, Randy Stoklos. He tried to beat the Kings of the Beach with St. John Smith and couldn't do it. He tried again with partner Brian Lewis and still couldn't do it. Today, his last chance with his new partner, Ricky Luyties. Will Stoklos finally find the magic?
The greatest of all time. There has been Ron Lang, Ron Von Hagen, Greg Lee, Jim Mingus, Gene Selznick, among others. Karai and Steffes, if they win here today, can, as Karch Karai said yesterday, savor it throughout the season. They will establish themselves among those great names in all time as one of the very best teams.
Well, how about knocking off the greatest team of all time if Karai and Steffes are that? Ricky Luyties and Randy Stoklos. Yesterday, they were awful. Today, they look like a completely different team. Why?
Well, they spent a little time together, had not played together in over a decade, and they needed some time to find some rhythm, find some confidence, and they did that. Blocking, playing some defense, jump serving, setting the ball. They came back and ripped Mike Dodd and Mike Whitmarsh, and Randy Stoklos has had a bad year. He said, I can come out smelling like a rose if I win this championship with my new partner, Ricky Luyties.
So here we go. Karch Karai, he is 3rd on the all-time win list despite missing 7 years of beach play due to national team commitments. His partner, Kent Steffes, interesting, controversial, outspoken, and to make matters worse, he is extremely talented, a $1 million man. On the other side of the net, Randy Stoklos. He is a 3-time most valuable player and recently voted one of the 10 sexiest athletes in America by Playgirl magazine. He is ready. And his partner, the 1991 U.S. champion with Adam Johnson, powerful Ricky Luyties. They have been playing splendidly today, and if they play true to form, they can give Karai and Steffes all they want. 1 game to 15 points. The crowd is in a frenzy, as Kent Steffes will serve first. Stoklos puts the first ball down. Let's identify in color for you. Identification, Ricky Luyties, red hat, black tank top at the net for his team. Serving behind him will be Randy Stoklos. Stoklos in red trunks and the lightly colored tank top. Steffes chops it inside. And now on the other side, Karai and Steffes. Karai wearing his familiar lucky pink hat. Karai serving, and his partner at the net wearing the white hat today. Usually it's a black hat. Kent Steffes. Stoklos getting the call from Ricky Luyties. Strategy in this one, Paul?
Well, as the tournament has gone on for Stoklos and Luyties, they're playing the way they wanted to when they got together. Each taking turns blocking, saving their legs. They're jump serving extremely well and blocking at the net. I think they'll go after Kent Steffes. Big pressure match. He's the younger of the two.
Ace for Luyties.
That's certainly a key to the strategy is jump serve, very, very tough. Go to the husband and wife area, up the middle, no communication. Steffes got to take that ball. He's cross court.
Luyties once again, this time to Steffes. Come on, Ricky. Ricky with a dig. To go to two. Not yet. To go to two. Double contact. Called by first referee Jim Leonard. And I think a pretty good call.
Well, it was a call, Paul, or a call, but either way, Jim Leonard on it early. You have to bring the ball into your hands simultaneously, and the ball has to leave simultaneously. It is a very subtle, specialized skill. And Jim Leonard setting a very high standard for ball control early in this match. Going to be pressure on Jim Leonard to be consistent throughout the course of the match.
Randy Stoklos will serve. Randy is 32 years old, a longtime partner of St. Smith. That is no more. On two, Karch going. 1-0 is our score. Stoklos and Luyties lead. Karch Karai will put the ball in play. Karch is 32 years old, born in Jackson, Michigan, the same state that produced Kent Steffes. Steffes born in Ann Arbor, Michigan. Stoklos, Karch with a dig. And the put away.
Strategy for Karai and Steffes. The wind blowing off the Pacific Ocean. That makes it much more difficult for either the players on either side of the net who are closest to the ocean. The ball blows a great deal more. Here, Karai and Steffes serving Stoklos exactly in that spot.
1-1 is our score. 1 game to 15 in this modified double elimination tournament. What that means, it's double elimination all the way until the final 1 game to 15. Luyties. Good. And off the face of Luyties.
Neither Ricky Luyties nor Randy Stoklos played defense. In other words, behind the block all season long. Stoklos always blocking when he played with Brian Lewis or St. Smith.
Kent Steffes no longer wearing the Band-Aid that covered that scar. The doctor said, okay, take it off. Luyties. Stoklos, this is the save point. Stoklos. Oh, he hit it in the net. Brian Steffes take the lead 2-1.
First unforced error. That really plagued Stoklos and Luyties in the semifinal match we had yesterday. 6 plays in which they either hit the ball into the net or out of bounds. Can't do that against the best team in the world this year.
Brian Steffes liked to serve it to Randy Stoklos. They are the ones that came up with the strategy of serving Stoklos instead of his partner St. Smith, and it paid off. This time they'll try Luyties. Ricky puts it away. Luyties, the powerful spike. And Stoklos, who played last week with Brian Lewis. It was Brian Lewis who actually suggested that he and Randy break up. Very, very good friends. Decided it would be best for them to go their separate ways. Karch hits it down. Was that a good move?
Yeah, absolutely. They are very, very close friends, and I think their partnership and their lack of success together on the court was so strained that it was affecting one another personally, and they didn't want to carry over off the court.
2-1, Karai and Steffes lead. Stoklos with the whammer. Nice set by Ricky Luyties.
Cannot overstate the cohesiveness that needs to develop over time. Randy Stoklos played with St. John Smith for a decade. He's played with Ricky Luyties 5 times total and has not played with him in a decade until this weekend.
Over the net, Stoklos. And they've got it. No, they don't have it up. Arch makes a saving play. So Karai and Steffes will have the ball.
Joust coming bad, set by Kent Steffes. There's the little pat-pat play, and then Stokey getting out of Ricky Luyties' way. Had a better shot at the ball.
This could be trouble. Luyties off the net, and he whams it into the net.
Just keep track of those. That's one ball hit into the net by Randy Stoklos, one now by Ricky Luyties. 2 unforced errors, the difference on the scoreboard.
Kent Steffes and Karch Karai have won 16 tournaments together so far this year. One more would set a new AVP record. Stoklos and Luyties have never won a tournament together. Paul alluded to the fact that they played 4 other times. That was back in 1984. They had 3 fourths and a second. They have never won together. And I think playing a little tentatively.
I'm surprised by that. As far as it would be for me, if I'm Randy Stoklos and had a difficult season, changed partners, playing with a new right side player in this championship, making it to the finals, I'm saying, hey, after this, it's gravy.
Here comes Stoklos. And Stoklos whips it out of bounds. So Karai and Steffes give up the first point, but then roar back. They have an early lead, 4-1. It's only dancing referee Marvin Hall doing his thing, and once again, Paul Sunderland. This will make Rogan's Heroes highlights tonight, Sunday night here in Los Angeles. A regular.
Marvin's going to open a dance studio right up the beach.
Marvelous Marvin Hall. Back to the action. Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland. 7 minutes and 9 seconds to go. Ryan Steffes have gotten out 4-1 and look very powerful. Stoklos and Luyties a little shaky. Stoklos, and he taps it down the line.
Stoklos and Luyties have the ball control as well as the power game to settle down, going a long side-out streak. And now they are marginally on the good side. And I think Luyties will serve Karch Karai. He's the player nearest the water.
Ricky with the serve. And Steffes pounds it straight through. Nice shot. And Steffes, who has won more tournaments this year than anyone, 17. We mentioned he'd won 6 with Karch, 16 with Karch, I should say, but he also won the international championship, so he has won 17. Stoklos got it. Marginal set that time by Luyties, got away with it.
Well, and I talked about how tightly Jim Leonard had established things at the beginning of this match, and that one a little bit loose. Maybe he's going to let more things go. We'll see if Stoklos gets one to Karai, and he does.
Luyties with the stuff.
I think that's the way to go. You've got to serve the player nearest the water. The wind is blowing 10, 12 miles an hour off the ocean, and this set just keeps blowing inside on Karai. He has nowhere to go but sharp cross court into the block.
Working on Karch. And the former teammate of Ricky Luyties snaps it through. Karch Karai told me at the start of the year his goal is to win every tournament. After his first loss, his goal is to win every other tournament after that. Modest goals for the 2-time gold medalist. Karch has it. He's looking for a point on the right.
Come on, Ricky. Come on, Ricky.
Luyties, Stoklos. Steffes. Who touched it? Luyties and Stoklos will have it. Good hustle by both teams. Ricky Luyties, 31 years old, lives in San Diego, California. Very excited this week to play with Randy Stoklos. Karch off Stoklos. Side out.
Luyties and Stoklos, though, if they can continue to side out, will get what they want. They're on the good side here. They got to score a couple of points. Confidence so important when you're a new team and in a big championship like this.
4-2, Karai. Steffes lead. And Steffes whips up the ace. Tough serving by Kent Steffes.
That's a big point. Steffes serving from the bad side, just chops one off. That's curveball style. Luyties favoring the middle of the court, and Steffes fools him.
5 serving 2. Ricky. Blocked! Karai was there. So lots of blocking going on from both sides as Karai and Steffes roar out 6-2.
2 in a row given up by Ricky Luyties. He's got to reestablish himself right here. I think a good 20-second timeout called by Randy Stoklos to slow things down.
Karch Karai and Kent Steffes have had a relatively easy road to this championship final. Karai and Steffes in the winner's bracket. Kirchi and Eller, Duarte and Young got by Frohoff and Timmons after being down 14-10. Beat Akatabi and Johnson, and then beat Dodd and Whitmarsh.
Had played not well early in the tournament, but have been doing well since Stoklos and Luyties' longer run. Look at Dodd and Whitmarsh. They beat. They lose to, I should say, the first time through Frohoff and Timmons and Gino Loyola, Dodd, Whitmarsh. They've played 4 matches today. Now, this is Karai and Steffes. They're only their second match because they have remained undefeated in this modified double elimination format, whereas Luyties and Stoklos have had to work their way back through the contenders bracket.
Still, it's 1 game to 15 for the championship.
What?
Bump set to Karch. And Stoklos has it. Big play coming.
Got to come. Touch on the block by Luyties.
And a touch going back the other way. So Karai and Steffes scramble out of a point predicament. Score remains 6-2.
Again, Ricky Luyties had to put that ball over. The touch on the block counts as one of your 3 contacts on the beach, different from indoor rules.
Mike.
Luyties, now Karch got it up and puts it away.
There is the dig and detonation. This is the dig your best shot. Digging lips and then dice. Just cutting off the angle. See ya. Thank you very much.
All-time great Ron Von Hagen once said, something funny happens to a guy when you dig his best shot. Let's see Luyties. And he responds nicely. 7-2. Karai and Steffes lead here. Championship final.
Ricky Luyties serving.
And Ricky will put the ball in play.
It's up to Ricky Luyties right now. Karai and Steffes scoring their points when they're serving Ricky Luyties. He has got to start coming through and siding out.
Steffes and Steffes hammers one through. Kent Steffes, one of the most serious trainers on the beach. He works out every day. He's even taken to hiring a personal chef that now cooks him all his meals. He's very health conscious. Really, that most players don't have that. And Steffes will serve. His team up by 5. Stoklos drives it home.
And Stoklos to serve 2-7.
Stoklos played 11 tournaments with Brian Lewis. Before that, 9 with Smith. Now he's with Luyties. And down the line, Stoklos and Luyties are serving hard, but Karch and Kent, they spear him and they go up perfectly.
Well, who has the best ball control in the world of volleyball? Karch Karai and his young partner, Kent Steffes. I think that's his most improved area of play throughout the course of this 93 season. He was great last year, but really improved with his ball control this season.
Stoklos. And Stoklos chops it inside. Beautiful play by Stokey.
Randy Stoklos, beach volleyball's first millionaire, played with St. John Smith successfully for so long, signaling there. Taking away, 2 is taking away the angle, 1 taking away the line, telling Ricky Luyties what area he wants him to cover, depending on who's set.
Steffes cutting inside. It's a shot that Steffes doesn't use that often, but when he does, it is wide open.
Serve on the side out.
Kent Steffes, who lost 3 years of college eligibility when he was declared ineligible at UCLA because he played with a pro. He said, I didn't care too much because I made $700,000 in those 3 years. That ball out of bounds. Score remains 7-2. Karai and Steffes have led all the way.
Stoklos and Luyties' game predicated on jump serving. Effective a little bit early, but when are they going to block a ball? They've got to start using the strength they have at the net to start dictating action.
Stoklos in jump serve posture. His team trailing by 5. Over to Karch, and a good call. Steffes and Karai really click in on the call well.
Well, after you set the ball, you've got to look to the defense. Kent Steffes setting the ball high enough. He looks over, figures out where Randy Stoklos is covering defensively down the line. In this case, he yells cut, cut to his partner, Karch Karai.
Luyties got it. Line angle, line pounder.
Sometimes you just guess and you say Langle, which is line angle, and Luyties just punched the ball right in between Steffes' arms.
Ricky Luyties' biggest thrill, winning the gold medal for the United States in '88. Teammate of Karai, Bach, Timmons, and that fabulous group.
Come on, Ricky!
And over the top, once again, Karai finding the open spots.
But it's a game of first contact. Right now, Karai and Steffes are passing the ball flawlessly. That makes the rest of the offense setting and hitting very, very easy.
7 serving to Steffes with the ball. Oh, and Luyties missed it. He might have looked up into the sun. Nonetheless, he missed it. He whiffed it. And Karai and Steffes, with 4:45 to go in the game, are in control. There's Randy Stoklos, Brian Lewis in the foreground, St. John Smith in the background, watching very intently as Randy Stoklos and his new partner, Ricky Luyties, trying to make headway against the Kings of the Beach, Karai and Steffes. So far, it hasn't worked. Karai and Steffes leading 8-2. They were down 1-0 and have ran off a number of points. Now make it 9-2.
6 unforced errors for Stoklos and Luyties. All of those just balls hit into the net or straight out of bounds. Karai and Steffes just have to serve the ball and then applaud.
Steffes has the dig. Karch. He hit it over. He did. He touched it. 9-2. Karch stuffs.
This has been the story all season long. Karai and Steffes have been far and away the best team. Looking for their 17th victory here, playing good defense. Stoklos with a second swing, and Karai at only 6'3", as good a blocker as there is on the beach.
If you know the personal history of Kent Steffes, you know he is a very, very outspoken conservative Republican. After he won $50,000 last week in Santa Cruz, California, he told me he would have loved to invest in America. But unfortunately, with Bill Clinton's tax plan, he has to throw it away by giving it to the government. Steffes' motto, who knows better, the people or the government, what to do with the money?
Well, if you ask Kent, you get an answer. Ask him a question, get an answer.
There has to be a better way. Steffes missed that one. Very conservative serve.
Well, he and Ross Perot would fit in nicely. Rush Limbaugh, he's got a picture of him above his bed.
Loves Rush Limbaugh.
Well, be assured, however, Steffes is going to pay his part towards the deficit this year.
Crowd trying to rally Stoklos and Luyties. They trail 10-2. Steffes, perfect. Into the corner.
It's the best team on the beach, and they're playing, executing all the skills of the game perfectly. Tough to beat. They won last week in Santa Cruz. Another $100,000 payday, 15-2 in the finals.
Stoklos, right to Karch. Someone touched the net, however. Steffes may have brushed it with his jersey. And he goes to tuck it in now. Sometimes you can brush when you stretch up. You blanch or blouse or whatever that word is down at the midsection. You pouch.
Stoklos and Luyties just got to break. They got to capitalize on it. They've got to get back to the 10-5 side change.
Steffes off the net. Good point scoring opportunity. Stoklos has it. Can he put it away? No, he missed it. He's hitting 100 miles an hour, but he's high and outside.
Well, there was the opportunity right there to go to 10-3. Still a 7-point differential, but at least something positive happening for Stoklos and Luyties.
Luyties. Nice shot. One bounce. Ricky Luyties showing he does have some touch. And so now Randy Stoklos, who missed 3 tournaments earlier in the year because of a back injury.
Stoklos serving 2-10.
Played 184 tournaments with St. John Smith and won 114 of them. Pretty good record. Oh my gosh, double contact called on Steffes.
Point, Stoklos and Luyties.
Gary Stoklos, wife of Randy, sitting courtside.
And right next to her, a part-time coach, longtime friend Mark Barber.
And Mark Barber said, look, during the championship weekend, I'm Randy Stoklos' coach. If he wins, the deal is I get 10%. And I asked Mark, I said, what happens if he loses? He said, well, we haven't decided on that one yet. Because he fires me at match point.
Miller Lite Grand Prix bonus pool. Karai and Steffes are going to win it, and they are going to split $113,000. Someone is going to give them a check tonight. They lead. Stoklos apparently is going to finish third because he's got a good finish here. Harch, right to Stokey. How about a point? Stoklos got it.
Go to 10-4. You keep the pressure on Karai and Steffes. Got to keep them out on the court. Kent Steffes setting the ball too tight a couple of times in a row.
Just out of bounds. So here comes Karai. Karch over $1 million, the third man ever to go over $1 million. Steffes has it. And Karch can't kill it.
That was a big break for Stoklos and Luyties. They're getting some breaks. Karai and Steffes letting down maybe just a little bit, making some unforced errors of their own. But Luyties and Stoklos got to capitalize.
Karch and Ricky has it to get the 10-5 change. Critical. Ew, out of bounds. Just missing point number 5.
That's the match right there. Luyties and Stoklos partnered up because neither of them felt that they could win a championship blocking all the time. Even though they played more matches today, they should be fresher. They got to dig in and make the plays.
20-second timeout.
Timeout taken by Stoklos and Ricky Luyties. Of course, Kent Steffes, such a phenomenal career already. He has won $1 million in just over 4 years. The Miller Lite Grand Prix, $75,000 for first, but Karch and Kent are going to tie, so they're going to split 113. We added it up. Third place 31, 26, 24. All this money is handed out at the end of the afternoon. Ace for Steffes.
Talk about money, and Kent Steffes comes right on through. Bonus pool, the most wins, and that's on top of what looks like to be another $100,000. Right up the middle, hubby wife. See ya.
3:20 to go, 11-4. Karai Steffes. Here on NBC, the Miller Lite U.S. Championships presented by Old Spice. I'm Chris Marlowe along with Paul Sunderland. Karai and Steffes jumped out 4-1, led 4-2, and then broke it open, running that margin out to 10-2. Now they lead 11-4, and a couple of chances for Luyties, and he could not put it away.
It was there for Stoklos and Luyties. Karai and Steffes maybe getting a little tight, anticipating the championship. Steffes threw a ball and made another setting mistake that cost him a point. Stoklos and Lewis had 3 or 4 chances to score, and they couldn't convert on any of them.
So Randy Stoklos to serve. Fans trying to jack Randy up. Karch and tapping it over the top. A lot was said about Stoklos and Luyties. They would have fresh legs. They'd be big and strong. They would be powerful to net. But chasing down the ball is another story behind the block. They're weak at that.
Well, you know, it's like the big lineup. Don Nelson goes with a little lineup, and it works for him at times. You know, you go with a big lineup, and you give up some things in terms of quickness and defensive mobility to cover the court. But the key is, in volleyball, you got to be able to side out, keep the other team off the scoreboard.
11 serving 4. Karch and Kent are ahead. Oh, Karch made the dig. Steffes chasing. He can't get there. Steffes very, very fast. He was once coached by quarter miler John Smith that said he had the fastest reaction of any athlete he ever coached, just jumping up from the ground up into a standing sprint position.
Karch.
And Karch puts it away right down the pipe.
And Stoklos has to pull off on that play. It's set 8 or 9 feet off the net. Just too much court for Garay to find one little piece of.
Mike Dodd and Mike Whitmarsh finished third. They'll split $17,000. The Brazilians, Anginho Loyola, got up to fourth. They'll split $14,000. As Kent makes the dig.
There it is, nobody! Yeah.
Nobody indeed, as Steffes pounds another one home.
We talked about Garay and Steffes queuing into one another's calls, and that's what so if they're something out. Stoklos clearly yelled line at Rick Luyties that time, but he chose to hit the ball cross court. The defense was right there.
12-4 lead, Garay Steffes. Stoklos hang on. Other finishers, Steve Timmons, Brent Frohoff got fifth, along with Scott Akatubby and Adam Johnson. Eric Fenoy, Moana, Dan Pravolovich finished in seventh. A great finish for them. Tim Hovland and Brian Lewis didn't fare so well. They got a seventh. And St. John Smith and Brooke Vandeweghe, among others, in ninth. Karch snaps one through. I don't know why they're serving Karch.
Well, I thought it would work if they served him real tough, because he's again nearest the water. The wind affects the
I think
ball
you
the
throw
most.
the water out of the bucket theory and start serving Steffes a little.
Well, Steffes has been too good with his setting. I agree with you. It's a team game, and Steffes has been too good. I go back to him.
Nice set. And Stoklos taps it in there. $100,000 going to be split between the two players that win this one. Stoklos and his partner Ricky Luyties trailing big, and not much time to get it done. 2:26. They trail by 8.
Good. Over. Ricky.
The put away.
Ricky Luyties had one ace early right up the middle between Garay and Steffes, top of the match. But since then, Luyties and Stoklos have not served the ball all well.
Ken Steffes and Karch Garay trying to repeat U.S. Open champions. Steffes had the dig. Stoklos. And Karch wasn't that far from bringing that baby up.
And he pointed at Stokey and said, nice hit. Look at Stoklos and Steffes hitting right at Steffes, and here comes the overpass. Ba-boom, and Karch is right there. Serving too easy.
And still working on Karch. And Karch working on them. Once again, Garay and Steffes have won the first 4 majors of volleyball. The 3 Cuervos, Manhattan, and now they're trying to do something that no other team has ever done, win 5 majors. Karch is right there. He saw that shot in high school. And the jam. Stokey says, I'm up high. Good recovery by Stoklos.
Never quitting on the play. Made a mistake, but redeems himself. The shot, Karch is all over that. Now Karch is saying, look, give me something to swing at. Setting mistake again by Steffes.
And Steffes once again goes inside.
Okay, just under 2 minutes left to play again. The rally clock in beach volleyball only runs when the ball is in play. And unless Stoklos and Luyties get 3 aces, I don't think they have a chance. They're not serving tough at all.
Stoklos and Luyties trailing by 8. Been a dominating performance by Steffes and Garay. Now just 2 points away from the elusive 5th major. Garay and Steffes, if they win this match, they will have amassed almost $350,000 apiece in prize money, with 2 postseason tournaments yet to be played.
And that does not account for the bonus pool money that we've documented and will be distributed at the end of business today.
All right, Stoklos and Luyties getting hammered by Garay and Steffes here at the U.S. Championships. And Luyties 13-4. I'm Chris Marlowe along with Paul Sunland. The only story now is the score and the outcome. Steffes and Garay, it appears, are going on to win. They have played flawless volleyball so far today.
Over. Go!
As that ball sneaks through, Garay and Steffes got out 4-1, increased the margin to 10-2, and now are pulling away at 13-4. Stoklos and Luyties played well, but they might have run out of gas just a bit.
Well, that's maybe part of it, but Kirai and Steffes have played flawlessly. You look at the unforced errors category. Stoklos and Luyties have 9 unforced errors.
Heckler getting on Randy Stoklos over in the far corner, and Stoklos doesn't like it. Heckler better be careful because Stoklos liable to go off after this and tear into him. Security going to remove. I guess Steffes would be dismayed to hear it's not a free country. You can't say whatever you want in America.
Maybe free admission, but you can't say whatever you want.
So Stoklos and Luyties, as Paul Sunderland told you, they need some help right now. They need a couple of aces, a couple of breaks.
Make that more than a couple.
There's a break right to Stokey. And he whacks it out of bounds. There was a point ball when it was 10-4. Lewis and Stoklos had a ball up to the net. Ricky corkscrewed. He couldn't put it away, and that really hurt them in terms of coming back.
Well, there were moments, and at 10-4, that vicinity, there were times when they were putting some pressure on Kirai and Steffes, but continually letting them off the hook by just hitting the ball out of bounds.
13-4 is our score. Kirai and Steffes. And Ricky Luyties fires one through.
Stoklos and Luyties with nothing to lose here. Way down in the championship, let it out, serve the ball tough. Just under 1:30 left to play. There is time.
Stoklos and Luyties really haven't played that bad. It's been Karch and Kent playing that good. Steffes. Oh, and does he get up high over the net to thunder one through?
Kirai and Steffes just siding out at such a high level with such a degree of efficiency and termination. Put an awful lot of pressure on anybody who faces them now to side out, control the ball.
Steffes droops one into the bottom of the net. Stoklos and Luyties. Quite frankly, it's been an anticlimactic final. After Stoklos and Luyties destroyed Whitmarsh and Dodd, everybody was revved up, but they have not performed quite that well. And certainly different competition.
Well, maybe the extra matches coming through the contenders bracket hurt them. But it has been the Kirai-Steffes steamroller, going for their 17th victory on the season out of 22 tournaments.
Stoklos whips one through. Randy Stoklos and Ricky Luyties, the new team this week. It appears they're going to finish second, and with that they would split $22,500. Pretty good payday. Here comes Luyties. Karch, what a fabulous play. That's the kind of play that disheartens you if you're Ricky Luyties.
Hey, that's the final nail in the coffin. Toughest serve Ricky Luyties could muster. Look at Karch Kirai, completely extended out, almost digging it. Perfect pass. Tap, city, side out.
Not a bad set by Steffes on the spinner. 13-4. Steffes and Kirai up by 9 as they spin it out of bounds.
Randy Stoklos survey.
Stoklos. We'll follow him in. Kirai and Steffes, admittedly, they did not play that well 2 weeks ago in Seal Beach, but last week in one of the majors in Santa Cruz, California, they were flawless as they won 15-2, and they have kept that up, especially today in the final. Trouble. Karch is there. Looking for 14 and getting it. 14-4, Kirai and Steffes, one serve away from beach volleyball history. Looking to wrap up the 5th major. No team has ever done that. Kirai and Steffes looking to win their 17th tournament together on tour. No team has ever done that. And looking to wrap it up here at the U.S. Championships. We're coming back. Stay with us. Chris Marlowe and Paul Sunderland back at the Miller Lite U.S. Championships, the most important volleyball tournament of the season. Kirai and Steffes are just 1 point away. They're going into the record books together as perhaps the greatest single-season team of all time. The most majors, the most wins, the most money, and it could be coming up on this serve. 14-4. Not yet.
Well, no doubt it's a modern record. since Pro Beach Volleyball has gone. I mean, let's remember that at this U.S. Championships as recently as 1987, first prize was $40,000. This year, $250,000. In the modern era, they will establish themselves a new team record.
And all Karch and Kent in this one. Double contact.
This handle ball. Point. Luyties
14-5, but keep in mind only 37 seconds remain in this game.
Karai has won it all. NCAA championships, 2 gold medals, voted the first time ever the FIVB most valuable player in his honor, never been given to anyone before. And Kent Steffes, only 25 years of age.
Kent Steffes has a big future. He was the 4th man to win $1 million. He said, I don't care about that. I want to be the first to win $2 million. He might do it. This could be at second championship point. Not yet.
Oh, he might be the first to win $10 million and put it out of sight.
Just for perspective, Karai has 75 victories now. If he plays 4 more years and averages 15 victories through the 1997 season, he'll pass St. John Smith. That's assuming that Smith doesn't win too many more tournaments. And now Karch will serve. Third chance
championship point
at the title. And that's it. The ball is out of bounds. Karai and Steffes go into the record books and make beach volleyball. No touch. Wait a minute. Not history yet. Put that pen back in the inkwell. I like that.
A micro touch. Well, they want more volleyball.
17 seconds to go. 14-5. Karai Steffes. And Luyties is out of bounds. So it's up to Steffes. It's always a little anticlimactic when the time runs out. Karai and Steffes would like to do it with some kind of play. 4th chance. Luyties, that's it.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Karai and Steffes defend their title here in Hermosa Beach. We're coming back. More volleyball to come. Stay with us. U.S. Championships, the kings of the beach have been affirmed. Karai and Steffes win impressively 15-5. The Kings are down on the beach with Sunderland. Go, Paul.
All right, Chris, the Kings indeed 17 tournaments, a new single season record. But the key has to have been winning in the quarterfinals yesterday. You sneaked past that match, and today you were a different team.
Oh, we had a huge break in that quarterfinal match. Timmons was acing us off the court. They're up 14-10. It's just sort of a miraculous comeback, but maybe you need one of those to win a tournament.
Karch, put this in perspective. You've been through so much in your volleyball career. 5 majors, the single season record, back-to-back USA championships. Where does this rank you two as a team?
This has got to be our best win ever. We played great volleyball today, and we just didn't give up points to other teams in those 2 games that we played. Like you said, so much riding on it. 5 majors all in one season, 2 U.S. championships in a row, and we had so much riding on it. We really wanted to play well, and we put it together today.
All right, put it together indeed. The Kings go on and on. $250,000 over the last 2 weeks. Back to you, Chris.
Luyties and Stoklos led 1-0, but then Karai and Steffes wire to wire after that. Coming up, the Prudential Sports Update with Gail Gardner after this short timeout. Off the serve of Karch Karai, one of the hardest hits of the summer, but it came right back. Karch in the pink hat, the rebound off the net, the backbreaker, the dink, the score. The Old Spice winning moment.